Hey, Shalom. We'll get started here in just a few moments.
That's how we're gonna be on you Edomites, man. You're gonna be a part of our release therapy. Let me get some frustration off. Let me vent real quick. And the word vent means to let out air. Let me give me a quick release. Let me fuck these Edomites. Then I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day. Man, it felt good. Let me enjoy the rest of my day.
You think when we're executing punishments on these guys, they're gonna be laughing and joking? No skinning of teeth when we get our hands on these devils. It's not gonna be a laughing thing. Let me ask you something. When you go on Live Leak, yeah, and Gore.com, and you see a man get caught up by a bagger man, and them man are really putting in work, you ever see them laugh? You ever see them laugh and giggle yet? Listen, when man are putting the blade to a man's throat, or putting the blade to a man's chest, or when man are get beat up real bad, broke up leg, broke up limb, when man are getting burned up, I ain't never seen a man skin teeth and laugh in my entire life. I've never seen it. Be a lamentations. I've never seen a man laugh and giggle when he's getting the work.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord.
Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto my power, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashim Chakwadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father. His true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's name, who the word in the called Jesus Christ, real name in Hebrew is Yahawashi. Also give praises, honor, and glory to the Yahawashi, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes this edification possible. I want to say Shalom to our you sincere heart of Aki and Wakwat, that's you brothers. And few sincere sisters, make your bodies a living sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. Also want to give double honors to my beloved apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and who rule well. And I'm the brother Azamawat here from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back this morning through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah to build another lesson. And our Lord's will, this lesson will be found edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel and glorifying unto the names of my power, Yahweh Shema Shah. And bear with me 1 second. I want to try to see if I can get this deal off the screen. I'm not sure why it's showing or not. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay, I'll figure it out later. But nonetheless, I want to get into the topic at hand. As you can read the title, right? Actually comes from Matthew 10 and 34. And Yahawashi says, I came not to send peace, but a sword. All right. And I was going to title the lesson, the Lord is brewing. No, what was it? The Lord is stirring the pot. Okay. Yahweh Shema Shah stirring the pot. But the Spirit had me to entitle the lesson, what I did. I came not to send peace, okay, but a sword. Okay. And everybody is about to realize, okay, that they've been lied to. Okay. You bonehead Christians, you've been lied to, man. Okay. And these churches that has not been feeding you with the truth. Okay. Feeding you with lies and just BS. Okay. Telling you that God is all love. Okay. He's coming back for to send peace. Okay. Kisses and rainbows. Okay. Cotton candy. No, man. Okay. We are definitely in the time, okay, of great distress. Okay. We got, a civil unrest brewing up. Okay. You have martial law here. Okay. You have race wars, race tensions. Okay. Tensions between, so-called blacks and so-called whites, which, okay, are so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We're the Israelites that the Bible speak of, the so-called white race. All right, man, woman, and child. Okay, those are the Edomites that the Bible speak of. Okay, and you see this age-old conflict, okay, being instigated and being brewed up by Yahawashi Shah. All right. So let me go ahead and read this real quick in Matthew 10 and 34. This is the words of our Lord Yahweh Shah. This is what he says. But it says, think not that I am come to send peace. Right. So he says, don't even think that, man. Okay. And there should be no reason to even think that now. Okay. Just looking at, everything going on. All right. So we're keeping our finger up on the pulse. These, particular different happenings that's going on across the world. Okay, even right here in the good old USA. All right. And I'm being facetious when I say that. Okay. But you shouldn't even think that the Lord came to send peace. Just look at everything going on. Okay. People being deleted every day. Okay. Hard times. You catching hell, your neighbor, everybody catching hell, man. Okay. So obviously, Yahweh Shema Shah, okay, he ain't happy. As a matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Psalm 7 and 11. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 11. I got a video I want to play here in a second. But this is Psalm chapter 7, if it'll load. Oh boy. Now the internet want to trip. Great. Give me 1 second. Satan gotta try to do his thing, but it's all good. It's crazy. Can't do nothing but laugh. Let me make sure my audio's still good at least. All right, my audio's good. Guess it says the server timeout. It was working good all this morning. I've been on this computer for like an hour and a half this morning, running quick as hell. But now, as soon as I do this lesson, you can't make it up. But it's all good, bro. So I'm gonna at least get these 2 scriptures. That sucks because I really want to play that video. Let me get this real quick. Let's finish this out. Matthew 10 and 34 says, "Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." And what does a sword do? Okay, a sword divides things. It sets things asunder, and it also slays and deletes, puts to death, man. You see, and that's exactly what Yahweh Shah, okay, is doing and will continue to do, man, until he sets up his kingdom upon the earth, man. All right, and you see people divided at an all-time high. Let's continue to read verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance, meaning at difference, against his father. Okay, families are being breached. Families are broken up. Families are torn apart, man. Okay, why? Well, we're reading the reason why. It's because Yahweh Shah, man. Yahweh Shah is doing this. This is the spirit of the vision that's upon the earth. Okay, this is ultimately the spirit of Yahweh Shah settling and resting upon his place, bro, upon his earth. You see, he's setting everything back in its proper order. Okay, because this is Babylon. This is confusion. Everything and everybody has been mixed. Okay, Babylon means confusion. Confusion, con meaning with, fusion or fuse means to mix. So with mixing. So okay, this shit got to be separated. It's got to be sorted out. All right, and with this division, this is really it's a beautiful thing in the vision, man. Okay, it's the Lord setting his sheep on his right hand and the goat on the left. The goats on the left, man. You see. And what's that dividing agent that he's using? Okay, this word, Hebrews 4 and 12, as we're about to get here in a second, if this computer works right. It says, verse 35, for I'm come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And we witness this in our own households, man. But this is going on all across the four corners of the earth, man. See, it says, and a man's foes, meaning enemies, shall be they of his own household. All right, so that's the point there. But we're going to touch into this racial tension that's brewing here in America, which has already been teetering and on the ledge, but it's pretty much at the breaking point now, as you just had that Edomite boy. The Edomite boy, he got, well, I'll call him by his name, Charlie Kirk. Okay, he trying to be salty, because Esau looking for any reason. But you had Charlie. All right, he got deleted. 2 or 3 days ago now, and now you got these Edomites, man. They are on a rampage, bro. They're on a rampage right now, and ultimately, who they got their sights on? Jake. They're talking about they on the internet, talking about deleting, the N words. You see, but hold on, Jake ain't had nothing to do with this. Okay, it was your own kind that took you out, man. You see, all the while Charlie Kirk, his whole campaign was basically accusing the Israelites, black on black crime. Oh, they're taking themselves out. They're terror unto the place, unto the world, man. You see, just to have his own kind, okay, his own counterpart Edomite take him out, man. You see, but who was the focus and the blame on? Jake. See, but this is ultimately Yahawashi Shah. Okay, he's about to pull out that sword, with that sword being Esau against the wicked of his own people, the Israelites, man. See, as we speak right now, you got a lot of HBCU colleges, so-called black colleges, they're on lockdown right now, as they've been receiving a lot of, deletion threats, from these far righters, saying because, basically, just basically because this racial tension that's happening up on the earth, man. See, I can't remember those colleges that's on lockdown, but it's a few of them. It's a few of them today. And they're, speaking about, probably gonna be closed next week as well, man. See, so you Jakes, man, that's been, rocked to sleep, thinking that this is the place of your rest, and these Edomites love you. They had to change your heart. Oh boy, you're in for a rude awakening, man. All right, but let me continue on with this video. Hopefully, this internet starts to act right. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let me exit that out. I just want to see if it'll pull something up. Dang. Yeah. Salakia, man. Yeah, my internet is horrible right now. Like I said, I don't know why. It was working good all morning. But let's go ahead and play this video. Hopefully, it'll still play. I already had it pulled up. This is off of the brother GMS Inquire Early too. And the lesson he did 12 hours ago. So be sure to subscribe and be edified and watch this video. But he titled it, Jacob's Trouble is Inevitable. See, and that's exactly where we at. We're in Jacob's trouble, man, and it's inevitable. Let's look at that word inevitable real quick. Maybe it's just a Blue Letter app that's tripping because, my internet is cool. I just I just looked this up on Google. Maybe it's just a Blue Letter that's tripping. But this word inevitable means certain to happen, unavoidable. See, you cannot avoid Jacob's trouble, no matter what Bishop Nathaniel, okay, or General Yohanan tells you. Jacob's trouble's gay, or it ain't no Jacob's trouble. That's conspiracy theory. We already went through Jacob's trouble. No, man, you cannot avoid it. Because quite frankly, we're already here. All right, we've been seeing the hell that the Northern Kingdom been going through, which they're not done going through that hell. The Lord's just brewing everything up, bro. We ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, but now we see. Okay, the sights on Judah. See, Esau got his sights on Judah, man. So it's unavoidable. All right, it says inescapable, inexplorable, and the only ones, okay, who can escape, all right, the said perils to come, is the elect. Let's grab this real quick in Second Ezra 9 and 7. Second Ezra 9 and 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you have believed. That's right. Those that's working the works of Yahawashi. And what's those work? What's the work? Okay, what's the work? Yahawashi tells us what the work is. Now I'm gonna have to use a different Bible app because clearly Blue Letter is tripping. I'll use the Bible Hub. Let's see. Yeah, blue letter tired of us Israelites, man. But I don't know why. Starting with the elder Apostle Hart, hey, he's the one that put Israel. Man, he put the whole the spirit, using the spirit upon elder Apostle Hart. Okay, elder Apostle Hart and put the whole world on blue letter, bro. You see, so I don't know why they tired of us. My internet is good. I thought my internet was tripping, but no, it's just blue letter. This is John chapter 6. I hardly, Salaki, bear with me. I hardly ever use this app every blue moon, but I don't really read off of it too much. Let me see how. King James. All right. This is the work. Let's read 2nd Ezra again real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils. And who's speaking these perils into existence? The prophets, man. This is the reason why you see everything going on. All right, the implementation of the MOTB being right around the corner. Why is that? It's because of the prophets spoke it into existence. Jacob's trouble, the prophet spoke it into existence. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. World War III, the prophet speaking into existence, man. You see? The Great Awakening in Israel, the prophet speaking that. Just like the Lord commanded Ezekiel. Okay, prophesying to these dry bones. You see? So everything that's happening upon the earth is by, okay, Yahawashi, okay, utilizing his mouthpieces, the prophets, man, to speak these things into existence. And they're speaking about these said perils. And the prophets, they're going to be preserved from the said perils. Although you're going to have some to be as martyrs, but nonetheless, that can't separate them from the love of Yahawashi. It says, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. And those that's been sanctified from the very beginning, Yahawashi is also given unto them a testimony. He says, raise up and give testimony unto those whom thou hast possessed from the beginning. Sirach, the 36th chapter. See? And this testimony has Esau cornered. The angels got Esau cornered. Did a lesson yesterday going into, all right, how Esau's forced to speak about these chariots, man. Okay, because it is undeniable. Everybody sees them, like the chariots are splitting hellfire missiles. Like, you got to talk about it, man. So this devil's cornered. All right, so he's making his last desperate attempts, and he's going out swinging, man. And he's going to take out any and everybody he can. The only ones he cannot take out is the elect. This is John chapter 6, going to show you what the work is, as we just read that in 2nd Ezra 9:7. Everyone that shall be saved by their works and by their faith. This is the work right here. John chapter 6. And John 6:28. He says, then said they unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of the Most High? Yahawashi answered and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High, that you believe on him whom he have sent. And who is that? Yahawashi. You see? So that's the work of Yahawashi. That's the work of the Most High, is to believe on his only begotten son. Why? Because his only begotten son showed us the way. You see, he set forth, for us an example and a pattern that, we must follow in order to escape out of this place, bro. And he's given us that gift of faith. But I just wanted to kind of open up with that, because we're in some very perilous times, man. But let me go ahead and play this video off of GMS Inquire Early too. Like I said, be sure to subscribe. Jacob's trouble is inevitable.
We have approximately 63 murders every single day in the United States. So can someone please tell me, preferably a Republican, since you're the ones trying to score points on this, tell me why this particular murder should be a national news story as opposed to the other 62 or so that probably happened the same day. We have lots.
Right, and we know why, because it's a false, you know what, a false F to the L to the A to the G. He frameth mischief by law. You know, Esau is a very mischievous man, and they never let a good sea righteous go to waste, man. And they're going to use these things, even though it's, brother Benaiah sent a video in the chat yesterday, going into this one dude breaking down that whole video, and actually had different angles, had different angles from different cameras, that was on that bus, and it's crystal clear that was fake, man. Okay, this whole incident on the train, that was fake. If y'all saw that video, I don't know how widely circulated it's been, but it's clearly fake. She squeezed, looked like something out of a package, to make it look like it was some blood, gushing down the bus floor, man. Like he's just Esau's up to something, man. Ultimately, we know what he's up to, man. All right, we know what he's up to. He's coming down with that great wrath, and he's ready to try to set up this N to the W to the O. And a part of that, okay, he wants to do a lot of blame shifting. He wants to take the heat off himself and put it up on Jake, man. This ain't nothing new. It's what Esau always has done, man. That's why he's known as the accuser of the brethren. Yep, yeah, like the brother Lion of Judah, Atalawan said, crisis actors, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if this dude, Kurt, if he was a sacrifice, man. See, because in one of his dialogues that he had, he said that he believes that some people have to be sacrifices in order to keep the Second Amendment rights. You see, just for a year or two later, this happened. See, so it's all the world is a stage, man.
Of crime where people, we believe, were released from prison too early, public acts of violence, other factors in this case. But why is this one suddenly a national news story and not the other
If
ones?
the roles had been reversed and this was a white person who decided to just get up and slash the throat of a black person, there would be civil unrest all over this country. It would be all.
Why is it so easy for you guys to come on here and lie like that? If the roles were reversed, nothing would have happened. Just last year, this white man invited this black woman out for a date. And you know what he did once he got her alone? He took her life, he chopped up her body into 1,000 pieces, and then he spread her body all over Milwaukee. And you know what? The media didn't say shit, and you probably never heard of it. You don't know her name, and neither does anyone else. And I don't even know her name, but I'm going to bring up the picture because I just forgot, because it was talked about so little. Nobody cares. And the only reason that you guys care that this white woman was killed was because she was killed at the hands of a black person. You want to know what else I know? I know that white people have gone and done mass shootings in churches, taking out black people, and white people never got this upset about it. But you guys are upset now. Not too long ago, a white man just ran up in a church and shot up a bunch of kids. And the anger is already gone. So I know that when you guys come out here with all this anger, it's not directed at the actions, it's directed at the
I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. You men of this generation are weak. You want to attack somebody? You want a little chaos in your life? Attack me. Pick me. Don't pick the little girl on the train while you're behind her and she's not paying attention, you little fucking snake. I'll ride that train every day for the next 3 years with my eyes closed.
Yeah. That's the Edomite if you ever want to see one. And this is exactly what Esau wanted, man. Okay, this is exactly what he wanted. Mission accomplished. And so we about to see all holy hell break loose, man. And what a time, okay, to have the National Guard already implemented in all these cities across the nation, bro, because they know what's coming. It had nothing to do with ICE. It had nothing to do with the North. It had everything to do with what's about to happen right now. Okay, this upcoming civil war and class wars and just national rebellions and intrigues in general, man. Let's go ahead and get that scripture real quick before we continue to play this video, because you're about to see cooning at his max. All right, and the Lord about to delete you fucking goons too, man. I can't wait. 2nd Ezra 9:1 in the GNT. Let me zoom in for you. Says, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. Yeah, that's our job as believers, man. Okay, you have to consider. You have to use, okay, the spiritual discernment that Yahawashi is giving you. Got to watch, got to pray, and sit down and think, okay, with biblical reasoning, having a biblical worldview. Why is all this happening? Where can I go in the Bible? Where can I go in these scriptures to get an answer on why everything is happening, on why it's going on? That's you considering these things very carefully. How come there are 3 blood red moons this week? You got to consider that. You can't be like these people in the world just look at the moon and just go back to smoking a blunt or going to Sonic, No, you got to consider these things, man. Like, wow, man, this is the works of Yahawashi. He said this was going to happen. He says there's going to be signs in the heavens. You see? And if you're in the right spirit, you're going to be you're on the edge of your seats right now, man, in the spirit, bro. The Heavenly Father through his only begotten Son is showing out. But you got to consider these things. It says he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when the Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created. And that's the only thing that makes sense at this point, man. It's just judgment. All right. Enough has already been said, starting with our apostles, starting with their teachers and the men on down. Okay, enough has been said. The blood is off of our hands, man. See? So the only thing that makes sense now is just the Lord bringing judgment upon this place. Let me see if the blue letter's working for me now. Hopefully it is. Nope, still not. It's all good. Let's go back to Bible Hub. Isaiah 25. Isaiah chapter 25. And Isaiah 26, Salakia. Isaiah chapter 26. Because judgment's the only thing that makes sense. Isaiah 26 and 9, Salakia verse 8. It says, yea, in the way of uprightness, Salakia, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, Yahawashi, have we waited for thee. That's right, man. The elect is waiting for the Lord to bring judgment upon this place. Okay. At the same time, okay, asking and pleading to Yahawashi that he has mercy upon us. Like the prophet Jeremiah said in Jeremiah 17:17, be not a terror unto me, but be a terror unto them and give them double destruction. That's what Jeremiah said, man. All right. So we're in the right spirit. We're praying to the King of terrors, man, that he be not a terror unto us, but be a terror unto these people. Let them be confounded and dismayed. Bring unto them double destruction. Jeremiah said double destruction, man. All right. It says, verse 8, yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Yahawashi, have we waited for thee. Okay. And understanding prophecy puts us in a position, okay, and the anticipation, Salakia, okay, of the Lord's judgments, man. It says, the desire of our soul is to thy name. And what is our soul desire? Okay, our soul desires salvation, man, from Yahawashi. It says, and to the remembrance of thee. Verse 9, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. That's it, man, because we're in the night season right now. Okay, the time of the wicked is ruling. You see, the earth is covered in gross darkness. See, but we're desiring Yahawashi in the night. Hey, what did King David say in Psalms 30:4? He says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy come in the morning. And we're waiting for that bright and morning star, man, Yahawashi to come. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. See, our spirits is yearning for Yahawashi. We're seeking him early, man. Okay, in the time of this grace period, before it's too late, before the spiritual, ark doors are closed, man. For when, here's the point, for when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. So judgment is the only thing that makes sense. This was going to set this place. This was going to hit that great reset button, man. Is Yahawashi judgments. So let's go back here to 2nd Ezra 9 and 2. And the G&T says, you will know that the time has come when the Most High will bring judgment on the world he has come. There will be earthquakes, and we've been seeing a lot of earthquakes, man. Okay, all around the world. In places where there's usually no earthquakes. Out here in the DFW area. Out here in West Texas, it's usually no earthquakes out there. But it's been a lot this year, man. Why? Because the Lord is shaking things up, man. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions. See, national rebellions. This is what's going on in real time. You see? Race wars, class wars, political wars. It says international intrigues, meaning plots and schemes. Okay, that these different nations are having amongst each other or against each other, such as BRICS. That's a form of an international intrigue. They're against the Western hegemony. That's an international intrigue. These are all things that's leading up, okay, into the war that end all wars, which is the valley of Yahawashi, the Lord's judgments, man. See, World War III, when it gets hot, because we're already in World War III. World War III doesn't start when the missiles get dropped. No, that's called the end of it. All right. So we're already in it. It says international intrigues, unstable leaders. Okay. Unstable leaders, man. Look at Nero, Trump, unstable. All right. Biden, unstable. All these leaders, man, are unstable. It says, and confused rulers. When you see these, and that's ultimately the Lord mingling that perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt, making his princes and his counselors of Zoan fools, as you read about in Isaiah the 19th chapter. You see? And when your leaders are foolish and confused, okay, everybody else is confused and unstable, man. Like it says in Sirach the 10th chapter, as the king is, so are his officers and so are the people, man. So that's why everybody is unstable and confused, because it starts at the top. You see? So the earth is in need of new management. And all the while, Yahawashi is preparing, okay, the world's new management, if you will, okay, which is the governing body of the nation of Israel. And he's doing it in a very subtle way. We were speaking about that last night in the Thursday Night Live. Okay, how the Lord, he works in subtlety, man. Yahawashi is restoring his counselors, his judges, is at the first in a very subtle way. What was that? Daniel 2:44. In the days of these kings, the Most High shall set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. See, he's doing that right now underneath everyone's nose. What did he say? The kingdom of heaven, okay, is within you. Isaiah 1 and 26. Start at verse 25. And I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away all thy tin. Yeah, the Lord he's cleaning us, man. Okay, through these fiery trials. All right. He's going to take the dross away from our nation as a whole by burning up to 2/3, man, physically. Verse 26. And I will restore thy judges as at the first. See? That's what Yahawashi is doing right now. He's restoring the judges as at the first. Who are those judges? The Alahayim you read about in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, the powers of the Alahayim, okay, created the heavens and the earth. That's who he's restoring. Okay. Because, the elect took a great fall, man. Following Adam, as Adam, passed into the sons of God, death, right? It took a great fall, man. Bound in, in these everlasting chains in these bodies. But now, okay, the second Adam he showed us the way back, Yahawashi, to come back into that first glory, man. This time it's going to be on a much more glorified, okay, scale. Verse 26, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Bara'ash. See, Genesis, the beginning of things, the headings. So the Lord is turning this thing around. And this is known as that refreshing that you read about in Acts, the 3rd chapter, to restore the condition of man, how it was before the fall. It says, afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. And I got all that to show, okay, this world is in need of new management, because right now, okay, we're underneath some retards, man. Wicked men, vile men, base men. Esau's base, man. But yet he's mind screwed the people and enchanted everybody, really got them looking up to this man like he's God with this bootleg ass technology. Okay, yeah, if you trying to look at it in the flesh, oh man, that shit cool. ChatGPT, like, bro, this shit bootleg, bro. Who gave man that knowledge, bro? Yahawashi. You see? And the Lord, man, when he comes back, let me get this in Psalms, the 73rd chapter, man. The Lord despises everything that this man, Esau, okay, is pushing forward. He despises his image. Let's get that in Psalms, the 73rd chapter. This shit ain't cool, man. This is the most bootleg kingdom that the world's ever seen. It's fake. Okay, you got plastic everywhere, concrete. Okay, these interstates and roads with these big ass potholes. Okay, weed smoke in the air, cigarello packets on the street. Okay, no order. Women is above men. You see? So this is ghetto, bro. America's a big ass hood with good Wi-Fi. And my Wi-Fi sucks this morning though. But it says where are we at? Salakias. Psalm 73. Psalm 73. And let's see here. Yep, that's it. Psalm 73 and 20. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord Yahawashi, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Despise whose image, man? Esau's, the image of the beast. You see? The Lord hates this, man. And when he comes back, he's coming back to smite the image upon his feet. Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Hey, that's a spirit. Yeah, the brother's putting that up right now. Daniel, the 2nd chapter. It speaks about that stone, all right, that was cut out without hand to come and smite the image upon his feet, man. The Lord despises, okay, their image. So everything that this world has to offer, the so-called Edomite way, or not so-called Edomite, but the so-called white man's way, his religion, his philosophy, his culture, which his culture is just death culture, man. You see, the Lord despises this. So going back to 2nd Ezra 9, then we're going to go back to that video. 2nd Ezra 9 and 4 verse 3 in the GNT. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, and we see them happening, you will know that they are what the Most High has spoken about since the beginning of creation. So we're in some very, interesting times, pivotal times, Verse 5, the beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. The same is true in the world above. Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they will end. So let's go back to this video here. Let's watch this nigga coon.
Say this, and it's very important to say this. If you're a white person that sits on a public train or transit system of any kind, you are totally safe to sit in front of me. I will not stab you, I promise. Like this whole black fatigue thing, I have this whole black fatigue thing. I get sick and tired of watching the news and seeing the shit that black people do. So just saying, it's not all of us, but yes, you should be concerned most of the time.
Beard shaving, you know. Man, I can't. Oh my god, I can't now wait until our people are just get that mercy kill and come back in the kingdom all righteous, man. Because this is sickening. But see all this cooning. This ain't gonna save you from these race wars. This ain't gonna save you from Esau. Okay, deleting your ass, man. That is not gonna save you, bro. What was that? Sirach, the 12th chapter. Bring it out all the time. Never trust thy enemy. Let's get this real quick. And that's very sus anyway. I'm trying to suck up to another dude. Sirach 12:10. Never trust thy enemy for like that. And that's Jake's problem. They don't believe that they have enemies. So if you don't believe, if you're in a war and you don't know who the enemy is, you've lost already, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're good as dead. You don't know who the enemy is. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Let's skip down here to verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And Jacob is about to be in a lot of adverse situations, man, on their jobs and their neighborhoods, everywhere they go. Jacob's about to be in hiding again. Not just Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom, they've been hiding, not showing up for work, afraid of these deportations, but Southern Kingdom too, bro. You see, and all this shit, thinking that you're an American citizen and you got rights, and that's about to go out the window. You cannot forget you are underneath the curses. What does the curses say in Deuteronomy 28th chapter? Amongst all these nations where you've been scattered, the sole of your foot shall have no ease. You're gonna run from the sound and from the terror of the sword. Let's get that in Leviticus 26 or Leviticus 16. It's 26. Leviticus 26. Verses 1 through 13 give you the blessings of obedience. Verses 14 all the way on down in this chapter gives you the punishments for disobedience, which Jake is very disobedient, man. Those naughty figs that you read about in Jeremiah 24, Jake is naughty. All right. So the Lord, okay, if you're naughty, you're bad fruit. So the Lord has separated his good fruit from the bad fruit. So the bad fruit, okay, if you got two apples together, one is a little moldy, where you separate it, when you take that good apple away from that bad fruit so it doesn't pollute, and make the other apple, the good apple moldy and corrupted, man. And you throw away that moldy apple in the trash. That's what happens to the naughty figs, man. The Lord's about to throw you jakes in the trash, man. See, he's going to leave you here and melt you, like he said in Ezekiel 22. This is not the time to play with Yahawashi at all. And this is damn sure not the time to be fucking cooning, man. That shit is sus as hell. And you emasculate yourself, man. Like, look at that Jake, bro. Like, look at him. He shaves his beard for the so-called white man. Now he looks like a punk. You see? Let me hear that again. He said, you're safe to sit in front of me.
That sits on a, to say this, if you're a white person that sits on a public train or transit system of any kind,
which, I get it. Like, we ain't gonna do nothing to you Edomites either. Like, vengeance is of the Lord, but at the same time, like, I mean, it's just the spirit that he's coming in,
You are totally safe to sit in front of me. I will not stab you, I promise. Like this whole black fatigue thing, I have this whole black fatigue thing. I get sick and tired of watching the news and seeing the shit that black people do. So just saying, it's not all of us, but yes, you should be.
It's not all of us.
Concerned most of the time. Because you have no freaking clue.
Yeah. So we're gonna come back to these videos real quick, but let me read this Leviticus 26 because Jake, all right, they about to realize that they're underneath the curses. You see, this is Leviticus chapter 26, and let me find this real quick. And we're speaking about how you're gonna flee. Here we go. Yep, that's it. Leviticus 26 and 36. And upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts. And Jake is faint in the heart right now. Jake is really scared. You know, the few that kind of see that something ain't right, you know, they afraid, man. See, but they don't have the same hope that we have. They're trying to, get their money right, prep, in a carnal sense, that is, try to, because they're faint in the heart. It says, and upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies. Where we at? In the land of our enemy, man. Right here in America, we're still behind enemy lines. You see? And the sound of a leaf, Salakia, the sound of a shaken leaf shall chase them, and they shall flee as fleeing from a sword. See? That's the type of terror. Okay, and yeah, that's the type of terror that Yahawashi Shah is about to put Jake in, man. Jake gonna get so scary, bro, that he's gonna be afraid of a falling leaf from a tree, thinking that it's a sword behind him. The Lord's about to do a number in Jake's head, bro. This is all the judgment. It says, and they shall fall when none pursueth, and they shall fall one upon another, as it were before a sword when none pursueth. And you shall have no power. You shall have no power to stand before your enemies. So Yahweh Shema Shah is just about to allow Esau to do whatever he wants to do to you, man. See? All the while, the Lord's going to be giving spiritual power to his elect. Isaiah 41. And you shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. Yeah, and America's eating Jake's ass up, man. Bro, this is real life right here, man. America is eating Jake alive. It says, and they that are left of you shall pine away, meaning you're going to waste away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them, man. We're in that time to where the Lord's about to vent his wrath and fury upon the generation of his wrath. Let's get that in Jeremiah 7, because you got the generation of the righteous and you got the generation of the Lord's wrath. See? Jeremiah chapter 7. Bear with me. Jeremiah chapter 7. And let's see. Give me 1 second. Yep, that's it. Jeremiah chapter 7. And I'll start right here, verse 27. Therefore, thou shalt speak all these words unto them. And that's what the prophets are doing. We're not shunning to declare unto you. Okay, we're not shunning to declare unto you the full truth, man. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. The whole volume of the book, the whole roll. We're speaking all these words unto you, man. From Genesis to Revelation, Apocrypha included. Here, bear with me. Give me 1 second. This plantation hit me up again. Give me 1 second, Salakia. I'm gonna make this quick phone call. All right. Yeah, let's finish this out. Jeremiah 7:27. Therefore, thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. Thou shalt also call unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh their power, nor receiveth correction. Yeah, Jake has not received correction, and neither will they. The only thing that makes sense and the only thing that's going to get them in line, okay, is okay, these missiles, man. And then they're gonna be born in the kingdom all righteous. What was that, Isaiah the 1st chapter? You know, it says from the sole of your head, from the sole of your feet to the crown of your head, you know, there's no soundness but putrefying swords. You know, why should you be stricken, you know, anymore? You're gonna only revolt more and more. So Jake, okay, has not received the correction of Yahweh Bashmal Shah. The transatlantic slave trade couldn't get him right. Okay. 70 AD couldn't get Southern Kingdom right. You see the slaughter that the Native Americans went through, okay, and Seminole Indians and Latino tribes couldn't get them right. These ICE raids can't get Jake right. You okay? Because you know they calling up on Jesus Christos, you know, northern tribes, man. See, but where's Jesus Christos at, man? You can't leave those goddamn names alone. You see, Jake still calling up on Jesus. All the while, okay, you still getting your ass handed to you, man. So why is it not clicking? That hold on, maybe these guys I'm calling on, maybe they're not real. You see, but yet you got the Lord's men out there on the highways and byways every day, starting with our beloved apostles, man, telling you what the correct names are, what the doctrine is, man. But you shun it. So it says, but thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh their power, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth. Cut off thine hair, O Jerusalem, and cast it away, and take up a lamentation on high places. For the Lord Yahweh Bashimah Shah have rejected and forsaken the generation of his wrath. See? So there's a generation of his wrath, man, which is the 2/3 right here in America. Let's finish out this video, and I gotta make a move here in a second.
Irina Zarutska, and this is what the fuck I was talking about when I made a video about a week ago saying that black people can be racist to white people too. Because if this is not an act of racism, then I don't know what the fuck is. On that video, 99.
Right, and he tripping too. Jake everywhere tripping. Jake in America tripping. Jake in wherever he at. You know, sound like, you know, maybe he might be from United Kingdom.
9% of the comments are white people saying thank you. If it was a black person, it was a stupid comment like black people can't be racist to white people. And you know what the sick part is? Black people know that my statement was fucking true. If this was the other way.
But ultimately, what all this serves as is just, you know, more division. That's why I titled the lesson, you know, what it did. You know, Yahawashi says, I came not to send peace but a sword. And things are only going to get more and more heated. You know, like Elder Yashawamba, you know, exhorted us brothers. And he did a video yesterday, a short, quick exhortation. It was entitled, Be Salty. You know, be salty, man. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick for you so you can watch that video. Be salty in your speech, you know, in your job, you know, wherever you may go out in public, you know, because people, people took this shit serious, man, you know, and this is ultimately their religion. Politics is a religion, man. You see, so give me 1 second, Yeah, watch this. Remnant saved 144 Ba. All right, BA at the end. It says, this is published yesterday. Be salty, Charlie Kirk situation. So, you know, just being wise as serpents, harmless as doves, man. All right, because you know, we don't want to get caught up in any unnecessary, you know, drama, you know, and heated debates. I mean, we already got a target on our back believing in this truth. And, you know, if you're out there prophesying, you already know Esau watching you. Hell, even you, you know, you sincere believers, man, whether you may be sincere or not, but anybody watching the videos, Esau's looking at you. So we already got a target on our back, but we don't want to, basically, tempt Yahawashi Shah, by feeding into this rhetoric, man. So yeah, we're gonna leave it right there. I need to go ahead and make this move, but hey, Lord's willing, this was edifying. Ain't the waterfall, the precepts, Akim. Yep. Yeah, I grabbed this. The brother Gmez Yahawashi now put up Psalm 69 and 23 in the NOT. Let their eyes go blind so they cannot see, and make their bodies shake continually. Ooh, yeah. And that was a part of that curse that King David put up on the wicked of our people, man. And the Apostle Paul doubled down on it in Romans the 11th chapter. See? And Yahawashi Shah has definitely cursed our people with the with blindness, man. Jake cannot see what's going on, but they will very soon, but it's going to be too late. All right, so the Lord's willing, you Akim and Akwath, and hopefully we're edified. Till next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Hakwadash. I want to give double honor to my beloved apostle, elders, great millstone, Muaf Lababal, Shalom.